Welcome to the Den Urban Dog Retreat. We're dedicated to elevating dogs and their humans to higher states of consciousness and deeper understanding. My name is Jesselynn, the Oracle. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for cell phone. I work with divination, and everybody is psychic, and so you can use messages from the universe. Everything is energy. And it doesn't matter what you use, whether you use tarot or cards or crystal ball or even crystals. You can use runes, you can throw matchsticks, you can throw bones. And today we're gonna do two different things. We have a beautiful York Chihuahua here. Everybody meet Cell Phone. Say hi, Cell Phone. She's like, okay. You wanna get a little reading today? So what's really interesting is how you do one thing is how you do everything. And it's interesting because you can actually take specific ways in which you're being in one area of your life and translate it to another area of your life where you have some issues. So if in one area you're raging and you're on top of the world, and then in another area you're scared or fearful or sad or regretful, you can actually transfer who you are being in that area where you're feeling on top of the world and bring it to that area. And that's using the mind, body, and spirit techniques. So that's all explained in my book. But today, Cell Phone. So our beautiful little warrior angel creatures, which we call pets, are there to absorb all of the energy that we have inside of us, whether they like it or not. So all animals are healers, and they are there to heal us, and they do. By the grace of God, they do. And what we don't know necessarily as pet owners is that they're taking and absorbing all of that dark energy that we don't want to put off on our pets, and we don't want to put off on our family members or anything like that. But turns out, we affect everybody. Everything affects everything within like a 50-mile radius. I mean, any energy is energy, and it's everywhere. And so you may not realize it that maybe your pet happens to have an ailment or an issue that you don't know what's going on. It's really important to actually look within yourself to see where it could be something that you might need healing with. I'm going to do a reading for cell phone. I'm going to use these rock crystals, and I'm also going to use the crystal to do a reading. So I'm seeing a scorpion here, and it's interesting because we are getting ready to move to Sedona, and she is normally not really afraid of many things, but I'm sensing here that there's going to be something that she's concerned with. So I see a scorpion here, and it's funny because I didn't actually think that I was that stressed out about making a really big change. And it's interesting because she has been taking on that energy of the move, and she's also hesitant because it's new terrain for her. And she's also, it's also letting me know to make sure to take extra care about scorpions with her because she's so little. And so that's something that I see in there. She wants more food. You are such a nugget. Yeah, so this is like the old symbol of the dog food that I used to get for her, but now I make all of her stuff from scratch, and now she really loves the food. So before, the food that I used to get was, you know, all organic, grain-free, and, you know, all of that jazz. And so this is the S on the logo, and I don't feed her that anymore because now it's just all freshly stuffed. But she wants more food. I went from letting her have a bowl out so she could eat it any time of day, any time of night, and she was just porking out. And I decided to change her diet, so it's been probably 2 months where I've changed it to where she's eating a cup in the morning and a cup at night, and it's of just like this fresh food, but she said that she wants more food more often. That's funny. It was interesting. I was doing an intuitive healing here at the Den Urban Dog Retreat last week, and one of the dog owners, her beautiful little dog was blind, and so I start going into the intuitive healing, and we start, and I'm like, oh wow, what happened at the time of the blindness? Something really devastating happened. And she's like, oh, that's when my boyfriend broke up with me and like ripped my heart out. And I was like, oh, did he like give you the dog? And she's like, uh-huh. And I was like, yeah, the dog lost its eyesight because it was too painful for the dog to see. And it's like random, like hysterical blindness. Like there's no reason why this dog should be blind, and is completely blind. And I was working with her, and of course it was just the first session, but we uncovered of why the dog all of a sudden was blind right after the breakup, and I was able to like pinpoint that through doing the intuitive healing and doing the reading. We communicate all different ways, and you know, the best way to really learn how to hear what your pet is saying is to meditate. And we also do that here at the Den Urban Dog Retreat. We do breath work and meditation, and we do breath work and meditation, which is something that I facilitate. We do it online, so you don't even have to leave your house. And it's really important that you get in touch with your breath. And when you're trying to understand what's going on with your pet, you can also gently put your hands, like you want to cup them, spread your fingers, you don't want to have them touching, spread them a little bit, and touch them here, and you want to put them like the fingertips, yes, right by the heart. And you close your eyes and you can feel their breathing patterns, and you can also feel their heartbeat. So you basically just keep your fingers spread apart, you put your hands gently around them, just gentle, and your fingertips are going to be right at their heart chakra. And you're going to close your eyes, elongate your spine, because if you don't have your spine perfectly straight, you actually cut off oxygen to the frontal lobe, which is where your third eye is. So you want to make sure you're sitting straight up. And then you're going to just proceed to feel what your dog's breathing pattern is. And so then you can start syncing up your breath with your dog's breath. And dogs have much shallower breathing patterns than humans do. And you can actually just tap into anybody that you are interested in connecting more with by when you're with them, you can actually sync up your breathing patterns with them. And so in doing so, you can find out a lot of information, because there's so much information in everything that doesn't have anything to do with language. So that being said, so that's one technique that you can use, and you can basically just ask your dog, what is it that you need from me? How can I serve you better? How can I help you? And generally, something will come to mind. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I want you to know that you can trust yourself, and when you take the time to get quiet within yourself, you can actually communicate with anything, including your own pet. We are so grateful that you took the time to be here for yourself and for your pet. Click the link in the bio to book a wellness session today. We look forward to hearing from you. Say bye-bye, Shuttle. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.